So I wanted to do this video once I actually got a cigar because someone suggested that I have a cigar on the channel. And I would, but they're kind of hard to come by for me. There aren't many places around that sell them that I can get to. So I decided, since I got some new tobacco yesterday, Smoker's Pride Vanilla Cavendish, and so far I am really liking it. I think it might be my new favorite. I thought I might as well just do it now. Now, one thing I do want to mention beforehand is I enjoy listening to sea shanties when I smoke, so I've got those in the background, which you probably won't be able to hear. But just in case you can, just so I don't get demonetized, I'm not claiming that I own the stuff, like the songs. My playlist is made mostly of The Longest Johns, McGinty, a bit of Stan Rogers, and there's one, David Coffin. There's a David Coffin song in there. So I've got those in the background just as background noise, I guess. I won't bother linking any of them in the description below, just because they're easy to find on YouTube or Spotify. But I felt like I should clarify that before YouTube decides to demonetize me. So, again, I don't own that music. It's just in the background because I like it. So, I've been actually really excited to do this video. I've been wanting to do it for a while. Just unscripted, you know, casual, nothing in particular to talk about. Just trying out my new tobacco. This is the bag it came in. There you go. So, I get my tobacco from Native Reserve. So a bag of 12 ounces, which is this thing, costs 35 bucks. Which is a pretty good deal in my opinion, because I could buy a 4-ounce bag of Mr. B's Afternoon Delight or Canadian Winter, that's the other one, and it would cost about the same for 4 ounces. So maybe this isn't the best tobacco in the world, but I certainly enjoy it. And if you are a YTPC member yourself, isn't that what counts in the end of the day? You know, you're just doing something you love. Now, I don't know if I technically count as YTPC, which I believe stands for YouTube Pipe Channel. Someone mentioned it in one of my videos. He said, "Welcome to the YTPC." But I know I do a lot of other videos as well, not just pipes. So I guess, I mean, if they think I count or qualify, then that's great. I'm super happy about that. If not, oh well. I keep forgetting that God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen is on this playlist. Gotta remove it. It's not a sea shanty. Oh well, I like this version of it. So they actually changed the bag from the last one we got. It's got this big white warning label on it. You can see it's you know, it's warning about nicotine being addictive. But the cancer warning on the back here, super small font and hard to read, I don't think you can even read that, is right there. That is the cancer warning versus the massive addiction warning. Like, I don't know about anyone else, but if I was designing a tobacco bag like that, I would definitely have the cancer warning first. And big and white, a lot harder to miss, but that's just me. Although, come on. There we go. I feel like most people by now know that nicotine is cancerous, or it can cause cancer. I really like this tobacco. It's lovely. It's very soft. Very, like there's no, so far I've had no tongue bite, and I don't mind the tongue bite, but this is really nice. And it smells lovely. Hang on. I think I could get the bag open. There we go. Oh, this smell. Oh my goodness. I love that smell. Here, take a whiff. It smells good. It smells really good. I love that smell. I think it's one of my favorite smelling tobaccos so far. I have had Mr. B's Afternoon Delight and Canadian Winter. I haven't had many tobaccos, but I've so far enjoyed the ones I have had. Dutch Cavendish, I think by sale. That one was, it wasn't like at the top of my list, but I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I haven't had any tobaccos I don't like. And then I had Smoker's Pride Vanilla Cavendish, which is my favorite right now. Rum-cured pipe tobacco, which was my favorite for a while. And the Cherry Cavendish, also by Smoker's Pride. So, mostly, I've had just Smoker's Pride. But I like them. They're probably not the nicest tobaccos out there. I mean, I want to try like a nice Dunhill or Peterson pipe tobacco because I heard those are really good and they make really nice looking pipes. Really expensive. Like Dunhill, the cheapest Dunhill pipe I could find was like $450. The most expensive one I could find was 2,200 something. So maybe I just don't have a lot of experience with pipes, but I don't know why they would charge $2,200 for a single pipe. I guess it's a really good pipe, and I want to get one, but I do not have I do not have 22 grand to drop on a pipe. Well, I wish I did though. But then, if I had 22 grand to drop on a pipe, would I get one pipe or a few other pipes? I might go with a few cheaper pipes just to add to my collection. Speaking of pipes, my new one, which I showed in my last pipe video, with the ship on it, I like it so far. It burns well. It's got a bigger bowl than my church warden. A bigger bowl than my church warden for people who aren't used to listening to someone talk with a pipe in their mouth. I actually wasn't sure if I wanted to use my church warden or this one, because I've been smoking this one more recently because I got the new tobacco. I decided to go with this one just because I featured it in one video, whereas my church warden was in 2 or 3, so I'll switch in between. I don't know. I guess I'll flip a coin or something, or be like, well, this one was in the last one, because I still really like my church warden too. It's a great pipe, and well, I got it for Christmas. I think I told this story, but I'm going to tell it again. Got it for Christmas. Secret Santa knew exactly what I wanted. I must have told him at some point that I wanted to get a church warden, because he got me that, a cigar, pipe cleaners, a cigar cutter, just a little plastic one, nothing super fancy, but that, and a box of assorted bags of different colored and sized Lego pieces. I love Lego. It's great. It's a lot of fun to play with. I mean, my brother has so much Lego. He needs to... There's so much of it that's not sorted right now. He's building what he calls the shapeshifter. And he doesn't have the time to sort all the Lego himself. And even if he did, he doesn't have the patience for it. So he's building and programming essentially a robot to do that for him. I could actually not explain all the details behind it because I don't really know them, but I don't know. You know, there aren't many things more relaxing for me than just having music, smoking my pipe, and occasionally making a video while doing both. I want to get my friend Alex and just have him sit over here, chat with him about his pipe experience. Met him at school one day, and he told me that he was looking for a nicotine intake, but he didn't like cigarettes. So I suggested tobacco pipes, and he bought one, and he said he loved it, and so I want to have him and just, you know, chat, hang out. I don't think it'd be a live stream. If I do a live stream, I'm gonna need more, probably want more subscribers first. I actually went from like 14 to 22 subscribers overnight. It was great. I also need to get a better lighter. This one's small and doesn't work very well. There we go. But speaking of subscribers, so far, most of my subscribers, I find their pictures have like a, you know, they've got a pipe in there somewhere, and I've got a pipe in mine too. I don't know if you guys have noticed that I updated that. I'm wearing my Crusader getup with my church warden sticking on the bottom of my great helm. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. I might change it in the future. I don't know. If I find something better. But yeah, so far my subscribers have all been great and really supportive. Leaving nice comments in all my videos. So that's inspiring, I guess. It's like, I'm doing a thing, and in my opinion, it's not like a super great thing. But other people seem to like it, and if they're subscribing, it means they want more, so give the people what you want, you know? What they want, you know? Yeah. Which reminds me, no matter how many times I stutter or trip over my words or just stop making sense altogether, I'm just going to keep rolling with it. I got one bowl. I'm not going to waste it. Well, it wouldn't be wasting if I'm enjoying it. But I don't want to have to retake it and then use another bowl. So, no matter what happens, Like, if my camera fell over and then I had to stand it back up and readjust it, well, guess that's going to be published, because I'm not going to have to, or not going to be bothered to go through the trouble of re-recording everything. I mean, not that I don't enjoy recording, because I was excited for this one, but it's a pain sometimes. Like, the camera battery will die randomly, which is why I always have it charging, max brightness, so I can see myself and what I'm doing. It decides to run out of storage space, or you never know. It takes like 6 hours to upload a video to YouTube, so I have to do it overnight when I go to bed. And, yeah, it's fun either way. Like, I enjoy it. But more importantly, other people are enjoying it, which I think is one of the biggest things being any kind of YouTuber. Yeah, if you're a YTPC member, which I think I already mentioned, I believe stands for YouTube Pipe Channel, you're not going to get like 80 million subscribers, or probably not. I think that's what PewDiePie is currently sitting at. Subscribe to T-Series. It'd be funny to see a different YouTube channel be at the top. I'm not expecting to get anywhere close to that. I don't know. I've seen a few other pipe channels, like Four-Eyed Piper. I've mentioned him before. He's got 500-something thousand, I think. You know, I mean, 500,000 sounds like a lot, but when you think of how many people watch YouTube and how many people use it every day, you know, it's not a lot. I mean, if I get to 1 million subscribers, which I'm not expecting to, but if I do, I need to do something special. Maybe a 100 subscriber special. It wouldn't be as special as a 1 million subscriber special. I don't know what I'd do. Because, you know, once you get 1 million subscribers, you only hit that once, and some YouTube channels don't hit 1 million. But maybe if I did, I'd do something. I don't know what I'd do. I would take all the pipes that I have at that point, put them all in my mouth, and smoke them all at once. Yep. I could do that. I wouldn't want to, because I feel like that's just so much tobacco intake at once. Like, do you want cancer? Because these things do, you know, they increase your risk of cancer, but not as much as cigarettes do. And you think I could keep this lit through a video? It's because I'm talking and not focusing on this. I've actually had a few funny encounters, or interesting encounters with people. If I'm like walking down the road or something, and I know I gotta walk somewhere, it might take a while, I'll whip out my pipe and I'll smoke it, and, you know. I've never gotten negative feedback from anyone except for one person, and it wasn't even really negative feedback. But it's always stuff like, oh, that's so cool that you smoke a pipe, or I wish I could smoke a pipe, stuff like that. A lady walking down, I was on a little early to work, so I had like a half hour to kill, and I'm walking up and down the road with my pipe, and she stops me and she tells me how her husband used to smoke a pipe, asked me if I'm enjoying mine, and, you know, told me that, and we kind of laughed and went on our way. I like little encounters like that. Just makes people, it makes me, hang on, where am I going with this? It makes me realize that people notice me, which is kind of hard to not if I've got a pipe in my mouth. Not many people do that these days. But the one person who so far doesn't think it's cool is my girlfriend. She doesn't think it's cool that I smoke a pipe. She's like, oh, you're such a hipster. She's called me that a few times. Called me a doorknob once. Anyway, I don't know. There's just something about it that she doesn't find attractive. Not to say it's repulsive. Like, I know some people think cigarettes are absolutely repulsive. But she just doesn't. She thinks hookahs are more, like, they're cooler for smoking than a pipe. And I get it. I get it. Pipes are an acquired taste. But a hookah? Like, she ranked, she gave me a list of all the smoking apparatuses that she thought were cool and in what order. It started at the bottom of cigarettes, and then pipes, then hookahs, and a few other things. I think vape was below pipes as well. So it wasn't in last, but it was by no means in first. There, sorry, I like this song. This is actually my favorite Longest John song, I think, Wellerman. It's on YouTube, but there's a better version on Spotify. So if you haven't checked them out, I would definitely recommend doing that. They're British folk band. They do a lot of covers of stuff, right? Because sea shanties. Every time you hear a sea shanty, you can never say for sure who wrote it. Well, almost never, that is, because they're so old and they've been around for so long. So many people have done covers of them. But I think they actually wrote this one. I know they write a few of their own songs. John Paul Jones is a pirate. They did a different version of, what was it called? Drunken Sailor. They wrote the verses to that. And there are very few bands or artists that I can just listen to an entire album of and like on repeat for a few songs. I generally don't, because there are other people that I live with who I'm sure would not appreciate hearing the same music over and over again. Apparently my sister doesn't realize that the rest of us can hear the 21 Pilots she's listening to, and it drives us nuts. But, I mean, like, they're not even that great. Shoot me. But they're not that great, honestly. I can appreciate what they sing about in songs like Neon Gravestone and how we kind of glorify suicide, but it's a lot of teen angst, and they're just not that great. But again, I can respect what they sing about sometimes. So I do like to donate to the Longest Johns if I can, like, in live streams and stuff. Last time it actually wouldn't let me. Like, I was trying to type in my mailing or billing address, because you need that for some reason when you're using the super chat, and it just wouldn't let me type it in, so I couldn't. I donated to Scalagram. I like him. If you like history and reviewing stuff and swords, you know, him, Scout Gladiatoria, Shadiversity, Lindy Beige. I've mentioned these guys all before, but they're pretty cool too. This thing's dying again. Hang on, let me just get this lit real quick. Come on! Oh, you gotta... God. Okay, maybe I should have got a Zippo instead of pipe tobacco. Not that a Zippo would be any good for me if I didn't have tobacco. This is actually one of my favorite pastimes. Get some friends together. I don't have any friends here right now because... Well, I mean, you would have to have friends to, you know, hang out with Alex. I could have Alex on. That'd be fun. But yeah, hanging out with friends, listening to music, smoking pipes. Video games are cool, yeah, but this I find is so relaxing, and there is something relaxing about playing games you enjoy. Titanfall 2 is, I think, my all-time favorite FPS. Overwatch was my favorite for a while, and then I discovered Eternal Crusade, and then that took first. And then I started playing Titanfall 2, and then that took first. But Eternal Crusade and Overwatch, they're like that. I still love those, like, all of those games. They're a lot of fun. I just wish Eternal Crusade had a bigger player base. There are a few things that I get why people don't like it. You have to wait sometimes 20 minutes to get into a battle, and some people don't want to wait that long. Also, the community is really salty, like, big time salt. Even when we're winning, I've had teammates that are just yelling at us the entire time, whether it's in voice chat, which is kind of rare. People don't really use voice chat a lot. But they're just typing at us, and I've had teammates call us, like, when we're winning, again, retards and stuff like that. And it's like, why? We're here to have a good time. We can't do that with people like you around. And then you'll have people that are so good at the game, they'll have, like, 2 deaths and 37 kills, and every time you see them, you come this close to killing them, and then they kill you. Now, the other problem is there's some balancing issues with Eternal Crusade. The Eldar definitely need to be nerfed. A few orc things. Chaos, I find, are pretty balanced. Same with Loyalists. But the problem is, the devs don't really care that much about the game anymore. They still release things like skins and weapons and whatnot, which is great. But there are also some hackers who... They're either, like, invisible sometimes. I've been killed by invisible dudes. Or, you know, they don't miss, like they've got a lock on, which you can't tell because you're not hacking. And at least I'm not. I'm here for a good time. Anyway, how have you guys been doing? Looks like we're almost out of time anyway. I can only record up to 21 minutes currently. We're at 19, so... Anyway, yeah, I'll wrap it up soon. I could probably have Alex on, like, next weekend if I really wanted to. Supposing we did it here. But I don't want to just tell him that I've got a channel. I want him to find out for himself, like what my friend Aaron did. Actually, he only found out because I subscribed to him. He doesn't have a channel, but I thought it was funny. And yeah, just hanging out, having fun, stuff like that. It is quite relaxing. Especially since he and I both really like sea shanties as well. I've got other friends that like them. But that's not like all we listen to. Listen to other stuff. Personally, I'm quite a fan of Rush, Styx, Keldine, Blind Guardian. Last two probably never heard of. They're not very famous, but they're really good. I find that all the popular bands that are all popular, yes, are not very good. Whereas the genuinely good bands get pushed to the back and forgotten or ignored. Anyway. Well, I guess I'll wrap things up for now. I hope you at least enjoyed it a little bit. I actually had a lot of fun, and I will do it again sometime when I get a cigar. I'll probably have one, well, my brother-in-law's giving me a pack of 3 for my sister's wedding in May. But until then, well, keep smoking, and have a good one.